been touring and recording for so long. They got some of their first big gigs going out on the road with Jimi Hendrix and Janis Joplin, who were big fans. Founding member and keyboard player Robert Lamm has been along for the entire ride. In addition to keys and vocals, Robert also wrote many of Chicago's biggest hits, including 25 or 6 to 4, Saturday in the Park. I love that one. Does anybody really know what time it is? Gosh, those are probably 3 of my favorite Chicago songs. On September 9th, you can catch Chicago live at the Puyallup Fair. I've seen the show within the last couple of years. This year's show is said to be the best ever, and that's saying a lot. You can also pre-order their 36th studio album, which is called Now, at chicagotheband.com and at amazon.com. Robert Lamm, welcome to the Bob Rivers Show. How are you, sir?
Good morning. Good morning. I'm terrific. I'm excited to speak with you guys. I was speaking to your producer who described what the show is and what it's like, and I can't say how happy I am to be talking with you guys.
Well, he's full of it. This is not an interesting show, and we do not get into long-form conversations about cool stuff. All we want to know is who did you sleep with and what made you write the famous hit. That's all we want to know.
Right. Now, well, I thought it would kind of remind me of the film we did, Larry David, last year, which we didn't really know what to expect, and it sort of blew our minds to be standing there with an icon of comedy.
Well, an improv master. Yeah,
an improv master, exactly.
You bet. Well, let's ask a little about you. I did say, and I wasn't kidding, those were like 3 of my favorite Chicago songs, and I play a little bit of keyboard, so I'm always fascinated to talk to someone. Now, you play keyboard and guitar. Which do you play more?
Oh, I'm really not a guitar player.
Okay, so
I probably shouldn't play guitar, but I do sometimes.
So you occasionally do the utility guitar part?
I only know how to play what I wrote.
Got it. Oh, I see. So you could use it to write. Well, for example, 25 or 6 to 4. When I heard you wrote that, that's a horn song. And in fact, our cover band plays that song. I don't even think there's keyboards in it, are there?
No, not on the record. When we're doing it live, I just kind of vamp on some sort of electric piano sound.
Got it.
But it's really the guitar and the horns carry it.
So you, in coming up with that song, I think I read about it, the title, but I'm sure you've answered this 100,000 times, but tell me something we don't know about the writing of that song, because it's an interesting song, strange title, very, very uplifting, and then it turned into the horns. How did that happen?
I've always been a fan of, this guy called John Williams who writes film scores. Sure. Early in his career, his name was Johnny Williams, and he wrote incredible big band jazz stuff, including some great early kind of 60s detective series themes. And there was a couple of them that I was just as a kid, I was totally in love with musically. So cut to, the early 70s or late 60s, and I'm living on a hill with some other immigrants from Chicago in L.A. and playing a broken 12-string guitar. I think there was only 10 strings on it. And I just sort of came up with this riff, and I was kind of thinking back about those sort of crime drama themes. And I thought this might be interesting for the band to do. So I wrote the song rather quickly, and I wrote all the brass stuff. And I brought it to the guys, and we actually rehearsed it at the Whiskey A Go-Go on stage during a couple of afternoons while we were playing there. Wow!
So in other words, you're on the road, you're doing a gig, and in the afternoon you're trying out new songs.
Well, nothing's changed. That's how we recorded this new album.
Right, and I'm going to get to this new album because I saw the video, so I've got a good preview of 3 or 4 of the songs. But cool. So on 25 or 6 to 4, so it just develops that way. It ends up being a powerhouse. A masterful tune, and then you hear it on the radio. And how do you feel when it's completed, it's accepted, and it's played, and you're riding around listening to it?
Well, obviously, it's like I wrote that, but it's sort of it's sort of like by the time it hits the radio, I've squeezed every meaning and every appreciation and every doubt about it out of it while in the studio. So by the time it hits the radio, it's kind of old news. And even now when I hear it, it kind of sounds thin compared to the way it sounds in a live show. In a live show, it's as you said, it's really a powerful piece.
Okay.
So when I hear it on the radio, it's kind of okay.
Right. Now, your new album, I saw in the video, it appeared to be recorded in basically a home recording studio, even though you guys are named after the third largest city in America.
It was actually recorded in hotel rooms.
Some of it, yeah.
Hotel rooms, conference rooms, banquet rooms across the country.
Have we reached the point where the technology, digital recording, is so portable that you can capture an idea, whereas you used to have to, put it in like a dictaphone and then go to the big studio and record it. You can record anywhere now.
You pretty much can record anywhere. The only thing that really hasn't changed and that is really important is having really great mics. I'm sure you guys are in a beautiful radio studio with some serious mics, and that's really important to capture.
Absolutely. In fact, listen to me talk to you right now on this wonderful electro voice. Do you know when I get home, my wife says, "Your voice sounds like crap. What happened?" Yeah. All right. So that's in the stuff in the mics and the mic pre's all have to be really golden stuff. And so this new album, people might ask, because the record business, the touring business is really great these days, and you out seeing your fans all over the world. And there's more money, I'm told, in the touring business than the record business now. People might ask, why go through all of the effort, since people mostly want to hear the hits, of making a brand new record? And is that for you?
Sure
First?
It is. I think that as we've continued to perform, I think everybody's probably I'm a better musician than I was when I wrote 25 or 64, for instance. I'm a better musician. I'm a better writer. I am still discovering things about music. I still get ideas. I wonder what it would sound like if we did this. I wonder what this chord change would sound like after that chord change. I wonder if I could write something lyrically that makes sense or has some kind of emotional impact that is also interesting to listen to. Mm. So there's all of that, and that's kind of what inspires us.
I also think in the genre you're in, really intricate music of your style, I think a lot of people still buy those records, and you have a huge fan base, and you'll probably get lots of radio airplay in that adult contemporary vein, right?
Yeah, I guess. Are we? What genre are we?
Well, I'm trying to pigeonhole you as we speak, Robert, and it's hard for me because you're progressive rock to me. You're hard rock, you're pop, you're jazz, you're a little bit of everything. But we'd have to find a slot for you that fits in. Here's a related question. Have you ever gotten sick of one of your own songs because the radio station was playing it too much?
It's not ever because the radio station is playing it too much. It's more about having to play it every night.
Oh, okay. That can happen?
Yeah, I think it can happen. For instance, I enjoy playing Panko's songs more than I enjoy playing my songs night to night. Well, I obviously enjoy the audience reaction to the opening chords of Saturday in the Park. That's always, it's really a thrill. But, with the exception of Color My World, I would say that most of Panko's songs are very interesting to play. And
what's your favorite song right now? I'll bet it changes over the years, like from time to time. What's your favorite song that when you hop into it, you're like, I'm riding now?
Yeah, I'd have to say, well, we just actually added the new song now into the set. We played it during the last 2 weeks of this last run we just finished, and so I was, that gets the heart going a little bit faster because it's new, because it's unfamiliar. I wonder if the audience has been to play this thing because I haven't played it 4,000 times yet. So other than that song, I think Just You and Me is always a lot of fun for me because of the extended soprano saxophone solo. So, you know, the guys in the rhythm section get to vamp kind of in a free way that's interesting, and it's different night to night.
Well, you got plenty of songs to choose from. You're prolific in how much you guys have recorded. The new album now is number 36, and you've been using Roman numerals since number 2. Who decided to do that? Is it kind of like the same reason they do it for the Super Bowl, because it seems kind of important when you put a Roman numeral on something?
Yeah, I think that our original producer was sort of a precocious guy, and so it sort of fit that he kind of foisted that idea on us. And what did we care? We just wanted to write more songs and go out on the road. But I do think that about halfway through this 36 Roman numeral album run, some of us in the band started thinking, do we really want to do this, continue to do this? And right now we're kind of split down the middle. And actually during this last packaging of this album for release, there was a long discussion whether we should just call it Chicago Now, or Just Now, or Chicago 36, or Chicago 36 Now, which is what it ended up being.
The Super Bowl
Super
Bowl just announced they're going to be calling it 5-0 next year. They're not going to use Roman numerals. Would you bow to pressure?
Well, when they put out Chicago 50, right?
Well, you know, to be totally honest with you, I'm really not that great with Roman numerals. At some point, I'm going to not know what the Roman
what we
numerals
just put out. That's what we're going to add a word. You do it like hurricanes. Name each one after a guy or a gal from now on. It'd probably
I like that idea.
Hey, when are you guys coming out with the 36 album box set too? Because I want to be able to pick that thing up.
Well, you can also do some weight training with it.
Yeah, you won't be able to pick it up.
Right. ChicagoTheBand.com is your website, and the new album really is quite spectacular. We have actually a clip we can play as we fade out. Do you have some there, Pedro? Play a little bit.
The song he loves, Now.
Here's Now. Robert Lamm, are you touring right now?
We're heading to Europe in about a week and a half. We have about a month of dates in Europe. We start in Paris, and we come back sometime around the end of July and get ready for this tour with REO.
Right, and you'll be at the Puyallup Fair. I don't have the exact date yet, but you'll be in our area. We'll make sure everybody knows.
September 9th,
Yeah.
from Paris to Puyallup.
Paris to Puyallup. You should that should be your slogan for the tour.
I like it.
Yeah.
It's made right away.
All right, Robert, thank you very much. All the information will be linked at our website, bobrivers.com. Robert Lamm from Chicago. All the best, sir.
Right.